What is up, everyone? Looks like it's gonna rain today. Oh my, sunglasses. And when I put my sunglasses on, it's impossible for me to see the screen on the phone. So I guess that means no sunglasses. What up, everyone? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm gonna go walk down to like the store or something really fast. I want to go look for some lemonade or something. Don't know exactly where I will find lemonade. Can you guys hear me good? And this neighborhood is like way too lit, yo. Like I don't want to cross the street, but I don't want to stay on this side of the street, so that's what I got going. Oh, you guys can hear me good? That's legit. That's dope. You still in Ukraine or Moldova? Let's not talk about where I'm at. Let's just talk about other things. I am up really early. I just woke up like, I don't know, I woke up what, an hour ago? No, 30 minutes ago? Huh. Yeah, this neighborhood has a lot of like patrols around because there's like an embassy right there. So there's always people standing outside with big guns and stuff, and every time you walk outside, they're just like all staring and stuff like, is it you? Is it you? No, it ain't me. I'm just walking, you know. I'm gonna walk for like maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna sit down at this place over here and talk. Gosh, I wish I could wear sunglasses because it's bright. I mean, it's not crazy bright, but it is bright. Do you ever think of shaving your dreads? No. I don't think I want to do that. I mean, a lot of people are telling me to do that, but it's not something I want to do. Let's go. No, I don't want to go that way. Let's go this way. You could legit become a spy now. You know so many places. Yeah. The other day, someone asked me, "Are you Nigerian?" I said, "No." They said, "You from Ghana?" I said, "No." And they said, "You from Kenya?" I said, "No." I said, "Man, I'm from the U.S." And the first thing he asked me right after I said I was from the U.S., he says, "Are you with the FBI?" I'm like, "No, I'm not with the FBI." Crazy. I don't want to be affiliated with FBI and stuff like that because that's not what I do. That's not me. That's funny. There's some food around here smells really, really good. It's one of them neighborhoods I don't feel like walking on the street right here. Just walk in the street. Or one of them neighborhoods I don't want to walk on the sidewalk. So what y'all got going on today? Tell me a story. 1, 2, 3, ABC. I'd have to say this country I'm in, it's a little on the snobbish side. I mean, it's not exactly a Western country, but I don't know. But I do have people say, "Oh, I like your style, I like your style." I definitely got that quite a bit. I'm thinking if I walk to this main street, it's gonna be crazy noisy. But maybe it won't be. Just got back from Burger King. Huh. What they got good at Burger King? They got any vegan burgers at Burger King now? Yeah, there is lots of graffiti here. People be for real about that graffiti in some of these countries. They just gotta leave a mark everywhere. On my way to work, That's what's up. This main street is like way too busy. There's like a park up here though. I'm gonna go to this park real quick. We'll sit down and have a quick chit chat. Now, this is one of those spots I kind of want to watch my back because I don't know, I could get my phone jacked around here. Looks like Luxembourg. If I was in Luxembourg, I wouldn't be afraid of having my phone jacked. I should go to Luxembourg on this trip though. But I don't think I'm not gonna go that far. Or I'm not gonna go that direction. It really depends on the temperature, because as soon as it starts to get hot, that's when I'm gonna think about going back to the US. Yeah, as soon as it get hot. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, if you guys like talk about countries and stuff, I'm not even gonna entertain it. So if you wanna say where I am, just go ahead and have at it. But I'm just not gonna entertain it, that's all. Okay, cool. I think it's gonna be a little bit quieter over here. So right now it's kind of chilly. I think in about an hour it's gonna warm up for sure. Well, in a couple hours it's gonna warm up for sure, but right now it's definitely on the it's kind of on the chilly side. Well, I see a place I can stop and sit down and chill. There we go, there we go. Dang, I like so hit my foot on the ground when I was crossing the street. But it's fun, it's fun, it's fun. Oh my gosh. Let's see what y'all are talking about. That's dope to be a Globetrotter. Yeah, it's pretty fun bouncing around the world. Have you been to Malta? I haven't been to Malta yet. Well, I'm not live again. The last time I was live was like a week ago. Whenever I put out videos, those are premieres. And that's not a live video, because if you can tell, that's an edited video. I don't know why the internet is like having problems, because I got a SIM card and it's pretty decent actually. Let's see, is it gonna cut off on me? If it cuts off on me, that's good. Or no, that's not good if it cuts off on me. Is this working? Can you guys hear? I see a spinning wheel in the middle of the screen. Oh, it's working. Okay, cool. Another day, another adventure. I'm too old to travel, 37. You're not too old to travel. So a couple days ago, we're staying at this hostel and we met this American guy that was like, he was like at least 55. And he's still out traveling, still out doing his thing, like still having a blast every day. So 37, you're not that old to travel. What website do you book flights with? I usually use Google Flights, or I follow this guy called the Points Guy, and he always posts really good deals on flights, and that's usually where I find a lot of good flights from. Yeah, it's definitely on the cold side. Are you still working on the other business ideas you mentioned? Yeah, I'm still. Yeah, I am. Those hostels are not dangerous. I mean, hostels in general aren't dangerous. I think a lot of people have watched that movie Hostel, and they're just like, they don't want to ever stay in a hostel. But I think that's really good American propaganda to keep Americans in the U.S. Like that's just my whole 2 cents, because I've stayed in hundreds of hostels now, and I've actually had better times in hostels than I've ever had in Airbnbs or hotels, just because you can meet all sorts of cool people. Have you been to the Philippines? I may go next month. I have been to the Philippines. The only place in the Philippines I've really been to, where I spent a lot of time, was Palawan Island, and I spent quite a bit of time in El Nino. El Nino is freaking amazing. I've never seen so many untouched islands. I've never seen so much crystal blue waters anywhere. Hostels are fun. It does depend on the neighborhood. Like, yeah, it just does depend on the neighborhood for sure. What up, Marde? Thanks a lot for the super chat. I thought you were gonna attend Bushfire Festival in Switzerland this year. I haven't even heard of Bushfire Festival. Maybe I have, but that's not what. I don't think I'm gonna do a festival like that. It's funny, like my last video I uploaded, so many people got pissed off because I kind of get it. Like when I watched the video, I was like, dang, I guess I did just crap on Ukraine and a bunch of African countries, but I don't think people understand what I was saying. What I was saying is this: the whole idea of African countries that the media paints this picture is, the media paints this picture that African countries look exactly what I was showing in that Ukraine video. Now, the places that I've went to and the places that I've shown you guys didn't look anything like that, okay? Majority of the time I spent in Cape Town looks nothing like what Ukraine looks like. Looks nothing like that. Parts of Botswana looks nothing like that. Parts of Namibia look nothing like that. So when I said that, this place looks like an African country, I was feeding to the American stereotype of the media. And what I was also feeding into is also the American stereotype that all of Europe is rich. I don't think a lot of people caught on to that. So I may actually delete that video, just because there's just a lot of people that just can't relate with that. Like, a lot of things I say, I have to say it on a very elementary level, But then at the same time, I really don't really care, because once again, the media portrays Europe as this perfect place. It's all like France, it's all like the UK. And I basically want to show you guys that that's not the case. That's not the case at all. And I guess a lot of Africans got very pissed off, because they're like, yo, you can't compare our country to Ukraine. And I guess a lot of Ukrainians got pissed because they're like, yo, you can't compare our country with Africa, But at the end of the day, if you guys really want to hear some facts, in Namibia and also Botswana, people make way more money per month than they do in Ukraine and than they do in Malta. That's just the bottom line. So maybe that's going to offend some Ukrainians, that people in African countries make more money than you. But at the end of the day, I really don't care. I'm just sharing my experience, and I don't see videos like this, yo. I don't see videos like this. People go to Odessa and they're just like, oh, Odessa is so nice. Odessa is so nice. You see guys going to Odessa talking about how they meet girls all the time. Yeah, you meet girls, but you realize that this is a super poor country. It's pretty easy for you to meet a girl, especially when you're from the UK. You're from the UK where you make 1,000 euros a week, and you go to a country where people make 150 euros a month. Of course you're gonna meet girls. Like, that's super simple. But the girls I met there were girls that, I don't want to talk about it, but anyway. Oh, you missed the financial videos. Well, I don't know. Tesla is like falling, yo. Like, I'm down so much on Tesla right now. Yeah, people don't like the truth. Like, especially people don't like the truth. I'm trying to figure out, like, who would dislike it. Would it be Africans that would hate that video so much, or would it be people from Ukraine? Because I didn't really hear anybody really speaking English in Ukraine, except for the one chick I went on the Tinder date with. But the Tinder date was basically an English class. That's really what it was. This happens when you travel. Sometimes you meet people, and when they figure out that you speak English, and not a lot of other people in their country speaks English, they want to hang out with you, and the only thing they want to do is talk to you in English and improve their English. And they just want to talk to you because you speak English. Like, bottom line. I hate that video. Why do you hate that video? I'm just very curious. Why do you hate that video? Because I compared it to an African country? I don't think we're going to get a trade deal with China for a long time. That's what I think. I think it's going to go into Trump's next election. That's what I really think is going to happen. Because that would definitely get Trump re-elected again. And I don't really want to get into politics on this. I definitely use it to practice English, because I can tell when I'm typing and I'm trying to message someone. If they speak really good English in a country where most people don't speak English, and they tell me that they're local, that's like a red flag right there. If they also tell you that they're an English teacher, that's a red flag right there. Because if they're an English teacher, what that means is they're talking to people, maybe they speak decent English, or maybe they speak really good English, and the people that they speak English with are not people that speak good English, you know? I really enjoy that vid. One of my envision sketchy places like that. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good part. How are you liking post-Soviet Europe? I'm not liking it at all, yo. Like, I'm not liking it at all. This next country I'm in is far more progressive than some of the Soviet countries. Far more progressive. I'm not a big fan of the Soviet places. No, not at all. It's just it's a different culture, yo. Like, bottom line, it's a different culture. Like, people, they just recently went through a lot of things, and you can tell, it's pretty apparent, you know? So it's definitely not my favorite. Have you traveled to Moscow? No, I haven't traveled to Moscow yet. Jermaine, please do an update on Robinhood markets going down. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I think they're going to keep going down. Yeah, honestly, I think they're going to keep going down. This is not the start. Yeah, I think they're going to keep going down. Adjust your glasses. you like Russians. I mean, I don't hate Russians, but they have a different culture. I never said I didn't like Russians or I like Russians, but they just have a different culture than Western culture, and you don't really see, or at least the countries that I've been to, I haven't really seen a lot of Russian influence. But in this part of the world, you see a lot of Russian influence. Russian influence is just different, like especially their malls and how they build structures, and it's just not like Western culture. It's not like British culture. It's not like American culture. Wow, this girl walked by is so freaking cute. Madison had our mayor come visit her second grade class. Oh, that's awesome. Big people coming to the class. Is it good to buy Apple? I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't checked Apple for a couple days. I checked Tesla, and Tesla's in the toilet. I love how half of my comments are like, you should go here, and you should go here, and you should go there, and you should do this, and you should do that. I've sort of already got a plan planned out, so yeah, that's why I'm probably just gonna stick with my plan I got going on. Are you able to generate a decent income to sustain your travels through YouTube? So a lot of my travels, it doesn't really come from YouTube. It just comes from me going back to the US, working, and then traveling again. Because I don't do Patreon and I don't do any other donation sites. Because I feel a little guilty doing that. Because if people donate money, they're gonna say like, we want you to go to Western Africa. And I really don't wanna just go to one place just because people want me to go there, you know? So that's kind of how it's kind of how I see it. Like, I don't want people to give me money and then they expect me to do what they want me to do. I mean, I guess if you gave me like $1,000 in a month, that would be one thing. But I kind of want the freedom and flexibility to make content that I want to make, you know? Because a lot of people say you should get a drone and you should fly a drone. Well, the problem with drones is like some customs, they don't want you to bring a drone into the country. So that would mean that I'm gonna have to leave it somewhere, or I would have to, it's just more of a hassle, you know? Flying a drone in the US, you need like a license, but flying a drone outside the US, you don't need a license. But once again, it's just one extra thing to have. It's one extra thing to lose. It's one extra thing to break. It's one extra thing to have in my backpack. So, do you miss the US after about a month of traveling? I start missing little things. I do miss the US, definitely. So if you make money off of your videos in the US, you have to have a license. Because I've talked to multiple YouTubers that have been contacted by the FAA for posting videos online and they don't have a license. So that's the main reason why I don't fly a drone anymore. It's not that hard to do. It's not that hard to get a license, but you have to go to like a couple classes and answer a couple questions and take a couple tests, and I just don't want to do it. And so what? Once I get the license, a lot of countries I go to, you can't take a drone into the country. Like, for example, I'm just gonna name a couple countries off the head that I remember. Morocco, you cannot bring a drone, and I believe Dubai, they ask like, do you have a drone, you know? But also Dubai, you can't, there's so many things you can't do that. I don't want to talk about Dubai because I don't want to get killed. I miss the driving laws in the US when I travel. The only thing I can think of, people definitely drive a whole lot different outside the US. Like when I was in Ukraine, just in 4 days, I saw more car accidents and more car crashes than I did when all my time that I spent in South Africa, Namibia, and Botswana. Like literally 4 days, I saw more car accidents. So some places drivers are really bad, but once again, the media will tell you that Africa's so fucked up and people live so bad, and if you go there, like people do this and people do that. I see way more stuff in other parts of Eastern Europe than I do in Africa, yo. So I really haven't met that many creeps here. I mean, I definitely get a lot of weird looks in certain places. Yo, thanks for these super chats, yo. You are fun in the adventure. Um, I haven't really met a lot of creeps, but I definitely met people that I can tell that maybe they don't like me. I've met people that they kind of remind me of the whole skinhead movement, you know? You just see guards and they just stand there and they just look so angry. They look like they want to kill me, you know? But I don't know for what reason. Maybe they don't like Africans. Maybe they're just trying to figure out, why are you in our country? Maybe they're just jealous because they know that if I'm in your country, I'm probably from someplace and they probably know I live a much, much better life, you know? So I don't exactly know what their problem is. I will say that this place that I am in now, it is far more developed than the past two countries that I've traveled from. And this country is, well, at least this city is definitely on the snobbiest side, I would say. Like, I've definitely got a lot of looks like, but then I'm thinking like, all right, you can look me up and down, but I got way more money than you. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like that. Because once again, this country that I'm in, people don't make a lot of money a month. It's what, maybe $500 or $600 a month that people make in shit San Francisco. If you really wanted to, you can make $500 in one day, you know, or even more. It really depends on what you're doing. It really depends on how you hustling. Hey Jermaine, what makes them different from Western culture? A lot of things make them different from Western culture. You can tell that, like, they're under communists. They're under the communist regime. They're under communists for a very, very long time, and that makes you not as free. That makes you not as open. You don't see a lot of English. A lot of people, they don't even speak their local language. They speak Russian. Like, they don't speak their local language in their country. They speak Russian. Kind of like in a lot of other African countries, like in Nigeria, a lot of people speak English. In South Africa, a lot of people speak English. Don't get me wrong, in South Africa, a lot of people definitely think that a lot of people speak their local languages. But then at the same time, a lot of people speak English, and that's the language from the colonizer. And when people speak Russian, it's just a different language. Right, Oakland, California in the house. That's what's up, Oakland, California. That's what's up, Oakland. I haven't been to Oakland in a minute. Yeah, it is. So I would say if someone speaks Russian that is not Western, that's Russian influence, that's Russian culture. They relate with Russians. A lot of people in this region of the world, they travel to Russia, they go to Russia. They don't really go to the UK. It's just how it is. Hayward in the house. That's what's up, Hayward. Man, I see fashion here that I don't see in other parts of the US, like fresh stuff. Like, I'm probably gonna go get some shoes today because I've been to shoe stores and I'm like, yo, we don't have any of these kicks back in the US. Like, why don't we have these kicks in the US? Like, super fresh shoes, yo. Someone just donated 500 PHP. So that's like a Filipino currency, right? I'm just guessing. I don't know if it's a Filipino currency or not, but that's just my guess. Do you think Russia influence a 2016 election? Definitely. Definitely. Through social media, through hacking, I definitely think they did. Would you go back to Ukraine? Um, there's only one country that I definitely have no desire to go back to, and I'm not gonna name that country because once again, I don't want to get killed. I don't want to be in prison. Um, but Ukraine, I mean, I would go back, but I definitely would not book a trip and go. If I like met a group of people and they're like, "Yo, let's go travel through Ukraine and let's catch a flight and go somewhere else," maybe I would go back. But just to go back alone, no, I wouldn't really do it. Just because there's just not a lot, there. It's just not a lot. Like, it's not a lot of culture. I mean, there is a lot of culture, but I don't know. It's just kind of a weird place. When you coming back to the States? Are you going back to SF? I probably will go back to SF, but I don't exactly know if I want to live in SF anymore. Like, it's a hard place to live. It's a hard place to live, yo. It's like super expensive and it's very lonely. It's very, very lonely. I have like no dating life in San Francisco. Like, it's just I don't know. It's just I don't even have a lot of friends in SF. People come and go so much. Like, when people meet, when the people I meet in SF, if they're hanging out with me, they want something from me. Bottom line, like, they want something from me. They want money. It's a subscriber that wants to sleep with me secretly, and that's the only reason they're hanging out with me. It's never genuine. It's never genuine. That's one thing I've noticed about SF. What about visiting throughout Colombia? So I've been to Colombia before. That's a country that I've already traveled to. Come to Alaska. I got homies in Alaska. Well, I got a homie in Alaska that goes up in the summer. So maybe Alaska is a place I would come to. Are there any luxury stores there? Oh, there's tons of luxury stores here. I mean, there's even luxury stores in Ukraine. There's a lot of rich people in Ukraine. I mean, especially the neighborhood I was in, it was quite a bit of rich people there. Like, I saw just as many Range Rovers there than I do in any other parts of the world. But don't get me wrong, there's a lot of poverty. Yeah, I did. Like, yeah, I did have a subscriber try to try to sleep with me. Well, like, I think I've told this story before, but like, I've met a lot of subscribers that have done this. Like, they've seen my videos and they live in a different part of the country and they move to San Francisco only to work, just because they see how much money you can make. And this type of subscriber, he moved there only to work, and the only thing he did was work, like, every single day. This dude never took a day off work. And he lived there for like 6 months, and then, like, I got back from a trip. I was charging the car at a charge station, and he's like, "Yo, what's up, Jermaine? Like, I follow you on YouTube." So we started talking just because I don't really talk to a lot of people in SF. I don't really have a lot of friends, and we had a lot in common. Like, he drove an electric car. He drove for Uber. But one thing I quickly realized about this dude is he has no life. So I'm like, "Yo, how long have you lived here?" "Oh, I've lived here for like 6 months." "Oh, really? What do you like to do here?" He didn't say anything. Like, he didn't say anything. Like, so I'm like, "What do you like to do for fun here?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I just work. Just, like, go read a book, go to the beach." And I'm thinking, who goes to the beach in San Francisco? The beach sucks, right? So we became friends, and we would, like, talk throughout the day, right? And every now and then, like, he would, like, sort of, like, hit on me, but, like, I would just, like, blow it off, like just not entertain the topic, you know? He probably is watching right now. And I just wouldn't entertain the topic, you know? Just because I'm like, "Yo, like I don't want to talk to you that way, but I want to be friends," you know what I mean? And then he, like, I just realized that, like, maybe he was jealous of me, because only thing he did was work. Like this dude would make like $2,500 a week, but he would work like non-stop, yo. And on the weekends, like Saturday, I would take off to go skateboarding with the crew, right? And I would try to get him to come, because like I realized that like he didn't have any friends, he didn't do anything. This fool he didn't go to the gym, didn't go to church, didn't do anything. Worked every single day, right? Yeah, he made lots of money, and he was always like rubbing it in my face, like, oh, I've already made $300 today, and it's like 5 p.m. And I'm like, yeah, but you've been up since like 3 a.m. That's why you've made $300. And I started working at 10 o'clock, and I'm just doing food delivery. Like, I don't want to drop people for Uber all the time. And he would always cancel on people. He would always show up to some place. Oh, if they're not going to the airport, I'm just going to cancel. Like, I don't care about the people. It kind of pissed me off, I'm like, if you hate the job so much, just don't do it. Like, stop, I get it, you're working the system, but, and then he got to the point where, like, I would be like, yo, you want to meet up and go to the Skateboard Crew? I don't want to hang out with them. Like, what do you get out of skateboarding? Like, I don't get it. You're 30 years old and you ride a skateboard. Like, what do you get out of it? And I'm thinking, like, bro, I'm like hanging out with other people. Like, I'm hanging out. It's fun. It's fun, like, skateboarding with a big group of people. And he would always like find a problem. If I ever took a day off, or if I wasn't working and we talked, he would always like just talk mad shit about me. Like, you have no life. Only thing you just want to hang out with them just because they're having fun. And I'm like, yeah, I want to have fun too. Like, I don't need to make $2,500 a week. Like, I don't need to. It's nice to make that much money, but I don't need to work 90 hours in a fucking week. Like, I don't. I'm sorry to say. Like, money isn't everything. If I die this week and I made $2,500, guess what? I'm not going to get the money. Somebody else is going to get the money, I'm not going to get the money. And he wanted me, like, he bought, like, this, I don't know, I'm just really going to start saying a bunch of stuff now. So he bought this RV, right? And he wanted me to come stay with his RV. This way I wouldn't have to pay rent, because this dude was like so against paying rent. And I totally get it. San Francisco is expensive. I totally understand about the whole rent situation. But he wanted me to come stay with him so I wouldn't have to pay rent. And he also wanted to like have sex, right? And I was just like, no, bro, I'm not gonna stay with you. At first, when he told me that he wanted me to stay with him, he wasn't talking about hooking up. He was like, yo, you should come stay in my RV. And this was before he was hitting on me and stuff. And I thought it would be chill, because it could be some good content. Like, I could be like, yo, I'm in SF and I'm staying in an RV. I thought it would make a good video. And then once I got to SF, he was so aggressive about me, like, coming to see his RV. Like, he was so aggressive about it that, like, I was like, yo, I don't even want to go see your RV, because like you're super aggressive about it, right? And I remember he even picked me up from the airport. The last trip that I came back from, he picked me up from the airport, and I guess I smelled bad. Like, I guess I had bad breath or something. And as soon as I got in the car, he was just like, oh my gosh, your breath smells so bad. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't fucking brushed my teeth, and I just flew from South Africa. I just had 2 12-hour flights. I've drinking, probably 2 bottles of wine and a freaking half a bottle of Jack Daniels. Yeah, my breath smells like shit. And he was just going on and on and on about how my breath smelled. And then he finally gave me a mint, and I was just like, yo, you are so fucking immature. If you can't take someone just because I have bad breath, like, if you can't get over that. And he just kept bringing it up, like, the whole car ride. Because he picked me up from, like, the airport, dropped me off at Maven, and he just kept talking about it. Even after I got the Maven car, he was like, yo, do you still have bad breath? And I'm just like, yo, fuck off. Like, can you, like, get over it? Like, really? You have nothing else to talk about except for my bad breath? Like, I don't fucking care that I had bad breath. Yo, I just got back from freaking South Africa, bro. What up, Alex? I'm getting personal over here. Some dude wanted to fucking sleep with me, and it didn't work out. So, like, I don't know, like, I remember when we left the airport, like, I needed to go to Maven to pick the car up because you can't pick the car up after 3 p.m., right? And it was like 2:30 when we were leaving the airport, so we had enough time to get there. We literally argued in the car the whole time. You know how fucked up it is to, like, get off a plane and, like, you're tired and you have to argue with someone, like, for 30 fucking minutes? And he was just going on and on, like, so, because he wanted me to go back with him to his RV to help him, like, move a table and a chair and put something underneath. He needed like extra hands, right? And I was telling him, like, look, I want to go pick up the car from Maven, because if we go to your van, I'm not going to be able to pick up the car, and if I don't pick up the car, I'm going to have to pick it up tomorrow. And, like, basically, I just want to go pick up the car, right? By the time we got to Maven, he argued with me so much that I was just like, I'm just going to flake him out, because I promised that I would pick up the car and then I would go meet him. But after he argued with me so much, I was just like, fuck off. Like, I'm not gonna help you. You know, I don't even want to stay in your RV, because, well, I kind of figured out before I didn't want to stay in his RV because the way he was acting. And then, come on, if my breath smells that bad, like, and we're staying in an RV, there's no shower in the RV, so I'm probably gonna come to the RV smelling bad a couple days, and this dude's gonna complain. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I figured out, like, this is someone I don't want to hang out with, you know. But then we would still talk on the phone because we didn't see each other. Because driving Uber, a lot of times you don't. A lot of times with Uber, a lot of people message on Facebook and a lot of people talk on the phone, but you don't necessarily see the driver because this person's over here picking up someone, this person's over here, so you don't come into contact that much. So I remember the last day I was getting ready, the last day I was in town. I was at Whole Foods, I was charging the car, and I had one night left in SF before I got ready to go on this trip. And homeboy was at Whole Foods, right? And I'm gonna straight up say what he said. Homeboy was at Whole Foods, and he was like, I was charging the car, and he pulled up, and he was like, yo, you got really bad breath. And when he said that, I just got really fucking pissed off, right? I'm just like, really? Like, go fuck off. And he was like, yo, you want to come back to my RV? I was like, no, I don't want to come to your RV because I had bad breath. And he was like, I knew you wasn't going to fuck me, right? Because that's what he really wanted. He wanted me to fuck him, right? And I was like, no, I'm not going to fuck you, bro. I was like, sex with women is so much better. He got pissed off and, like, I don't know, he, like, it was some napkins or something. He got pissed off and threw it at me. And he walked and got in his car, backed up, and when he backed up, he, like, spent the wheels out. And it was in a parking garage, so it echoed like crazy. Spent the wheels out, stopped, and he just took off. And when he took off, he was, like, spinning the wheels out. Because in the Whole Foods parking lot, the ground is, like, it has this paint on the ground. So you don't have to hit the gas hard to spin the wheels out. Like, you don't have to do it hard at all. And he just spent the wheels out like crazy. And it was people standing around, and they're like, they asked me, like, what's wrong with that guy? Because they saw that he was talking to me, and they saw that we had the same car, and I was charging the car. And I was like, I don't know what's up with that dude. And that's like the last time we talked. But he kept saying, like, you led me on for so long, you led me on. And I was like, yo, I never led you the fuck on. I never went to your RV. Like, you know, I never did anything like that. Like, I never let you on. Every time you like hit on me, every time you made passes, I basically did not go through in it. I did not go through with it. I just basically let you know that, like, yo, I don't want to talk to you like this. Like, I basically wanted to be a friend, you know? I wanted to, like, it was actually nice talking to him every day because we would talk about Uber stuff a lot. Most of the time he didn't really talk dirty all the time, but a lot of times he would just we would just talk about Uber stuff. We would just talk about, you know, traffic. We would talk about this. We would talk about the cops doing this. Oh, the police over there, and don't go to this neighborhood. The traffic's really bad. Like, I got stuck here in traffic for 30 minutes. Like, a lot of our conversations were just legit conversations, but homeboy wanted a lot more out of it, and he also tried to suck me off like many times, you know. And I'm like, yo, I haven't taken a shower in 3 days. Like, you totally don't want to suck my dick right now, you know. And he's like, just you know, he would just say shit like that, you know, like. But like, I don't know, this is the life of a YouTuber. A lot of my Instagram DMs are a lot of things that I don't want to see, put it like that. I think a couple weeks ago, I was telling people to hit me up on Instagram, like hit me up in the DMs, and I definitely get a lot of unwanted attention in my Instagram DMs, like a lot of body parts, you know. Some of them are nice. Some of them are from chicks, and some of them are not nice. Some of them are from dudes, and I'm like, what the fuck? You got a really little ass dick, and I really didn't want to see that, you know. But no, I don't like dudes, yo. Like, I like chicks. Like, come on, like going down on a girl is like the best thing ever, yo. Like, sorry to offend you gay dudes out there. Jermaine, stop being friendly to dudes. Maybe I should be like, fuck you, nigga. I don't want to fuck with you, bitch, motherfucker. Sorry if there's kids watching. But sometimes I gotta get gangsta on y'all. What's going on? Like, I cannot repeat all of this, y'all. Like, for real, I can't just go through all this. I mean, I guess since I just told y'all this story, I was gonna make this story time video of this couple that I hooked up, this married couple that I hooked up with in Bali. I was gonna make a story time video, but then I thought, I can't make that video because it's gonna be too much. But now, I think I can totally make that story time video. I don't think it's gonna be too much. I'll make a story time video, like, for real. I don't want to talk about it in this stream, because if I talk about it in this stream, it's not gonna be the same. 90% of people on YouTube are kids. Well, they can learn from me then. Do you think women in Ukraine are really hot? So walking down the street, I didn't think they were too hot, but on Tinder, they look real good on Tinder. But then at the same time, women everywhere look good on Tinder. China man wants to learn from you. That tongue should be your title pick for this video. Any plans on visiting Bahrain or Qatar? Qatar is one of those places that I will visit if there's like a long layover. But I don't think I'm just gonna go pull up to Qatar and stay for a week. Have you ever been to Brazil? Not yet. I'll probably go to Brazil very soon because we don't need a visa anymore. When are you coming back to Santa Barbara? I don't know. Will you ever settle down and have kids and a wife? I would love to. I would love to meet somebody, but I don't really meet anybody. Like, I just don't. Like, maybe if I like went back home and like had a life there and didn't travel as much, it would be super easy to meet someone. But like, I don't really meet that many people, yo. Want to buy. You guys want to buy an RV? Do you like Argentina? I like Argentina. I just haven't made it there yet. Like, I really need to do a South American trip. Like, no joke. I really need to do a trip. Just hitting up South America. I will come back to the Bay for sure. I don't know where because I'm tired. I'm super tired. I got like 8 hours of sleep last night and I'm still tired. Maybe I should go sleep some more. I'm actually gonna go to a dentist. Like, I was traveling with this other American dude. He's gonna go to a dentist and get like a tooth ripped out. I'm gonna go to the dentist with him and get some x-rays so I can keep them and use them, I guess, for the next dentist. Because I want to see, like, I want to just get an x-ray because x-rays are super cheap here. I'm moving to the Bay from Vancouver in September. If you move into the Bay, I recommend you should bring a backpack full of money, yo. Because the Bay ain't cheap. Jermaine is 30. Jermaine is 32. 32. How many women from different countries have you had sex with? I would actually have to think about that. Because a lot of... I want to say I've hooked up with more chicks from different countries in the U.S. versus outside countries. Because usually when I go to different countries, I usually hook up with travelers a lot. Just because I'm around travelers more. And I typically hook up with more travelers. China ladies are fun. Where else is super cheap? Well, Eastern Europe is super cheap. Southeast Asia is pretty cheap. You thought I was 21. No, I'm not 21. I'm old, yo. Yeah, I got them good genes. They say black don't crack. Jay, you made out with that dude. I did not make out with that dude. I mean, I will say a couple times, like, in public, we did give some funny hugs, you know, to, like, fuck with other homophobic Uber drivers. But giving a dude a super gay hug in San Francisco, it doesn't offend anybody because San Francisco is super gay friendly. But we would do it because, like, I remember one day we were at the charge station, right? And it was just like this Muslim dude, like super religious. Because you get used to the drivers all the time. This dude was super religious, right? And like I had my car charged, and homeboy took the plug off of my car and plugged his car up. And he was waiting there by the charger, so I wouldn't, because I was just gonna walk up, because if he was sitting in his car, I was just gonna walk up, unplug his shit, and plug my car back up, because once your car gets to 80%, you're supposed to, like, once your car gets to 80%, it charges a whole lot slower, right? So my car was at 80%, and I was trying to get to like 85 and 90%. But homeboy unplugged the car, and then when you unplug the car, it sets off the alarm and all that. So I walked up, and he was standing by his car with the plug plugged up. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna just walk up and like take the plug away. So homeboy was like, I know a way to make him leave. So he was like, just act really gay around him and he'll leave. So we walked up and we went, stood like right next to him. And me and the other dude, the dude that liked me, we started like hugging. We started hugging. Homeboy that stole the plug from my car, he unplugged his car, set the plug on the ground. He did not even put the plug up. He set the plug on the ground, got in his car and drove away. And he was like speaking in Arabic. He was like, you gay fucks, you gay fucks. He was speaking in Arabic because the other dude could understand what he was saying. And he just drove away. And when he drove away, I just picked the plug up off the ground and stuck the plug back in my car. So like that's how we played him. That's how we played him. So like we freaked dude out, and he was just like, he just ran away. Like it was so funny, yo. Do you ever go to Wildcat Lounge? Yeah, I've definitely been to the Wildcat Lounge, but Wildcat is a wildcat. That's what it is. Religious whack jobs. Yeah, dude, he did not like that. But I was trying to figure out, like, what you in San Francisco for? Because I'm pretty sure he figures out, he probably picks up a lot of gay people in San Francisco. Because, like, I picked up, like, when I was driving Uber, I would pick up so many gay people in San Francisco, and they would be in the back, like, kissing and stuff. Or you would pick up girls, and they would be arguing in the back. And, I mean, come on, you know these two chicks are dating, you know? Alex over here like, bro, don't ever do that shit ever again. We don't give hugs over here. Because I knew that dude was from New York, bro. I knew he was from New York. Yes, tell us the Bali story. So I hooked up with a married couple, y'all. I'm not gonna talk about it in this one. I'll make a sit down story time video talking about it because I don't know. I did let both of them suck my dick at the same time. Like I did do that. Like the married couple. Like at the same time, like it was incredible. Like that's the sneak preview I'll give y'all. But there's a whole lot of other things to this story. A whole lot of other super weird things to this story. But I thought it was totally hot to have a married couple literally in between my legs. Like I thought it was amazing. Maybe I'm super freaky, but like it felt really good. It felt really good. Like most people don't. I actually told this story at the hostel last night, and it was this like Australian dude there, and he's like, we've been traveling with this Australian dude for like 4 or 5 days, and he's like 24, and he's been we have exposed this Australian dude to so much, like so much. No, it was a married dude and a married woman, and oh gosh. So we like met off at Tinder. And I thought I was just talking to like a single chick. Alex is done. Alex is like, fuck you, we ain't friends no more. But like after, I don't know. I feel bad now. Alex, forgive me, bro. Goddamn. It's something that I don't normally do, dude. Like, it was in the moment, you know? But it all started, like, she was down there, and then he came up, and what was I supposed to say? Like, go away? Like, bye-bye, Alex. Come on, put a smiley face on the screen, Alex. So, like, there's these people sitting right here, and they've listened to everything I'm saying, and, like, they're walking away now. They just heard everything I just said, yo. These people in this country, I'm not gonna say what country, but these people in this country probably are like, what the heck is up with this dude over here? This is a conversation they probably don't get. Yo, thanks for these super chats. Like, if y'all wasn't hitting up the super chats, I probably wouldn't be going so deep about my personal life over here. I don't care that they're nosy. Like, I mean, come on, this is on a video, yo. Why not try Asians? So I was so trying to talk to this Asian girl at the hostel last night. But then I realized that, like, yo, I know what country this chick's from, and I know why she's over here. She's trying to meet some white dudes. And, I'm not trying to knock it, but I know what's up. Asian chick was mad hot, though, yo. She was super dark, too. Come on, Alex, where you at? You at the stream? What are y'all talking about? Come on, get out of here, yo. Alex is my homie, yo. Alex, what's your sign, Jermaine? My sign is, I'm Aquarius. January. I'm a January baby. So it's almost 10 o'clock. I got to go meet my homie because he's gonna go to the dentist and I'm gonna go roll with him. Alex is fucking gone. Alex is like, Jermaine, you too much. I haven't been to Alaska, no, not yet. Alex is in a coma. Alex probably took his phone and threw it out the window. Don't even play like that. There he is. Alex is back. Bro, don't trip. They're just hating, bro. Alex is done with me. Alex is like, nah, bro, we ain't friends no more. I'm like mad tired and I need to get some food, but I don't know what I'm gonna eat because it's kind of early and I don't want to have breakfast. You got some good boy right now. Don't I wish I could say that? That's my problem. I'm not smoking weed. If I was smoking weed, I probably would not have told y'all this story. What country is the couple from? They're from Australia. Out of all the places they could have been from. But I totally did not see them when I was in Australia. Like I think they live in Perth, and I didn't go to Perth. I really want to go to Perth, but like I don't have like their information or anything. Trees everywhere. There's lots of trees here. It's the American Embassy, McDonald's. You gotta ask. What you gotta ask, yo? Perth gets really hot. Perth gets very hot. McDonald's almost $200. No, I don't think it's almost $200. Not this McDonald's. You my boy. I won't see you any different. Oh, that's what's up. I don't see you any different either about your political situation. We can relate on it, bro. I think I hear Hebrew in the background. Let me tell you something. You did not hear Hebrew in the background. You did not hear Hebrew in the background. I don't think there are any Jews in this country. I was reading one comment and someone said that, and on the Ukraine video, they said this country is so fucked up because there's no Jews there. And I couldn't do anything but laugh. Like, I could not. I was just like, did they really go to? Dang. That's bad, y'all. That is bad. Answer Alex's question, Jermaine. Alex's question was, no, I'm not bi. No, I'm not bi. Alex is from New York. No, actually, I take that back. There probably are Israelis here because when I went to the money exchange place, with the list of currencies, they had the shekel, the Israeli shekel. So that implies that Israelis do come here. Yeah, I am wearing a jacket and I got the hood over my head because it's chilly. But yesterday, oh man, it was so freaking hot. It was like humid yesterday. You like the dreads? Thanks. I like the dreads too. You know, sometimes the dreads are a blessing and a curse. So I'll talk about my video today. My video that's coming out later today or tomorrow for y'all in the US is when I was walking around Moldova, I met some young kids and they told me a lot about the country. They let me know a lot of information, like a lot of like how much people make and stuff like that. And I was very, very surprised to hear how much money people make. They make roughly about $150 a month. $150 a month. And one of the guys I interviewed, he was telling me that his grandma, she lives on the countryside, and she has a hard time paying her utility bill. So it's a very, very interesting place. And one thing that I quickly notice is a lot of people have iPhones here. And I'm trying to figure out, if you make $150 a month, if people here make $150 a month, how do you have in Moldova and also in Ukraine? I was trying to figure out, how do people have iPhones if you make $150 a month? It would take you a whole year to buy an iPhone, right? Because I saw some iPhone 10s. I saw a lot of iPhone 10s. Don't get me wrong, I saw a lot of iPhone 5s, and I saw a lot of iPhone 6s and older iPhones. And what they're telling me is, you know, they may have a family member that go work in France or go work in the UK or go work in another part of Europe where, you know, you can make 700 euros a month, or you can make $800 no, you can make 700, you can make $500 a week, right? So you can make $2,000 a month. And what they do is they just send money back home to their family. And that's how they make it. And that's how they have things like iPhones. And that's how people have, you know, Nikes and stuff like that. Because Nikes they cost just the same amount here than they do in the US. You know, a pair of Nikes are $100. A pair of Nikes are $50. And not all the Nikes are fake. Some of the Nikes are fake, but not all of them are fake. A lot of them are real. It's hard to survive on $150. Impossible. I would say it would be very hard. But people live differently, okay? Maybe they don't pay rent because maybe their grandparents own the place, or maybe their parents own the place. Maybe they don't eat the same food. Maybe they go to the markets, or maybe they grow food. A lot of people have animals, like they have pigs on their farm, so you know they kill the pig and they eat off the pig, so once again they don't have to pay for food. But then when you go to a place like McDonald's is like $5-6 for a meal, and if you make it $150 a month, $5 to $6 for a meal is a whole lot of money. But then when I went to McDonald's, I see a lot of people in there that they look local, because a lot of people staring at me when I walk in. They're like, damn, look at this black dude walking up in here. A lot of people are staring at me, but then I'm looking around and I'm like, yo, these people look like they're living good, you know? Like, they don't look like they're starving. That's kind of how I see it. Minimum wage in South Africa is about $250 a month, right? I thought the minimum wage in South Africa was about $500 a month. But then you also got to think, like, there's a big black market. There's a lot of under-the-table business going on in a lot of countries like this, you know? Someone may make $150 a month at their job, but maybe they do something else on the side where they make way more than $150, you know? $150 wouldn't last very long. But I was asking this guy, like a bus driver, how much would a bus driver make? And he was like, about $150 a month. No, I think it was about $166, 150 euros. And I'm thinking, that's not a lot of money, yo. They probably sell drugs. Because like in South Africa, like the people that you would buy weed from, I'm pretty sure they make a boatload of money selling weed in South Africa. A boatload. Because it probably grows somewhere, and it's free when it grows, and they just take it and just sell it to tourists. And they just make bank off of tourists. So, and which country do you think has the smartest people? I would have to say maybe Switzerland or Norway. One of those Nordic countries. Because when you look at their country, and when you look at maybe Switzerland, yo. Maybe Switzerland. Or probably Israel, yo. Israel has some very, very smart people. And Israel is a country that, like, it wouldn't surprise me if Israel was the superpower of the world someday. And I know that may sound funny because they're such a small country, but some very, very smart people in Israel. Very smart people. I think the Israelis could take America. Honestly, I think they could take America. Maybe not with the military, but they could just hack American infrastructure and bring America down to its knees. You know? You don't necessarily have to fire a missile to take out a country. You don't have to have a traditional war like we've had in the past to take out a country. You can take out America by destroying our electric infrastructure. That would bring us crumbling to our knees. And then what would we do? Then you kill our economy. Sometimes killing an economy can be way worse than bombing a country. Okay? Because killing an economy it's going to affect every single citizen, you know? Cyber warfare is so much powerful than dropping missiles and dropping bombs. And gosh, Israelis are very, very smart. Like, they hacked the Iranian nuclear facility. They hacked the Iranian nuclear project without even having an internet connection to their, and they, like, the way they hacked it was just insane. Like, because it wasn't, the Iranian nuclear facility wasn't hooked up to the internet. They hacked it by like someone that worked at the facility. They hacked their home computer, and it's kind of, I can't exactly explain it, but the way they hacked it was like genius. What is he talking about? Someone just joined and they're like, yo, he's talking about Israelis hacking stuff and taking over the world. Yes, I did say that. Jermaine, don't say too much on YouTube. It's okay, like, people have talked about this a lot. Look at how China play America the same way. But the thing about China is, I think that, like, I fear China, but then a part of me don't fear China. Because I feel that if China becomes really, really big, there's going to be other countries like India to push them. Maybe Russia will push them, you know? So I fear China, but not as much. China copies a lot. They don't really innovate a lot of things, you know? YouTube will censor you. This is true. But I don't think I said, like, honestly, I'm not gonna say anything too deep on here. Like, I don't think that's too deep, yo. Can someone super chat my question? What was your question, Alex? Let me go scroll up. For now, Israel is a U.S. aircraft carrier. Yeah, I guess so. I don't see your question, Alex. Okay, so it looks like I'm about to get off this stream, because I gotta go walk back and meet my homie, because I'm gonna go to the dentist with him, so everything will be good. So that's pretty much what I got going on today. I don't think the U.S. completely tells them what to do. Like, I don't think that's the case. I think the U.S., like, I think they agree on certain things, but their own military is their own military, you know? What do you usually stream about on YouTube? Just random stuff. The reason why I made this stream is because that other video I uploaded got so many dislikes. So I just wanted to make a video talking about it. But anyway, guys, you like the Chinese, they dominate better. Okay. Take care of yourself, Jermaine. I will. Hopefully I didn't offend any of y'all. Hey, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up right now. Give your homeboy a thumbs up, yo. Right now, do it. The last video I made about Ukraine, what they don't show on CNN, I literally changed the title of that video 3 times. It's freaking bad. Come to Israel, we miss you. I freaking love Israel, yo. It's a fun place. It's freaking an expensive country, though. It's a very expensive country. Anybody want to go, I've warned you. Israel is expensive. I think Israel is more expensive than the UK. Like, when I was in the UK was definitely cheaper than Israel. The last video I made talking about Ukraine, what they don't show you on CNN. So anyway, I'm out. I'm gonna peace out. But I'll see you guys later.